Hi everyone. Uh, Welcome to our channel, The Fat Lady Knits. Uh, it's good to see you. What are you working on? Let me see. Hold it up. What's that? Really? I want to see. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. I hope your week is going well. And please remember, no matter what's going on in your life, the world is a better place with you in it. Sometimes it's not a better place with some of these machines, but with you, the world is a better place with you in it. I am happy that I'm not on Sock Island, but I'm annoyed. Let me tell you. First, we're going to start with some shout outs. I need to shout out the Janky Needle. I think you're right. It's the insurance card they wanted. So I found that info. And when I found it, I ran to the phone so I could call and make my appointment and put that little 19-year-old, yes, I've got it. They're closed. I will have to wait. They're on summer hours. Okay. Um, I'm going to spell this because I don't want to mangle your name. Nwinga. I put the information you asked about my glue machine. It's an AccuKnit by Dave Lord, and he can be found at chambordcsm.com. So that's chambordcsm.com. And Chambord CSM is one word, no spaces. Okay? And let me tell you, circular sock machines are not inexpensive. They cost a couple dollars. They really do. Miss Antoinette Hine, I like your name. I like names that have et in it. It seems just so feminine. Yay. Well, I'm happy I'm not on Sock Island, but let me tell you, see, last week with all that avocado, I ate enough avocado last week that I don't need to look at another avocado in a while, and I like avocado. Let me tell you. Let me get this here. After I heated, or as my friend said, after I hotted up, the flame was so low under the avocado skins that if you went, it would have gone out. Same thing with the avocado seed. And I haven't dyed anything in it because that water looks yellow. But here is what the avocado skin produce. Do you see any pink here? Is there like a new definition of pink? This is not pink. This is a funny beige, or a dark beige, or a light brown. This is not pink. My glasses are closer to pink than this. And even if it had worked, unless you are making guacamole or an avocado salad or avocado smoothies for everyone in your state, how are you going to get enough seeds or enough skin to dye this color, whatever this color is? I don't see a hint of pink. I don't see a pink undertone. I don't see pink speckles. I see light brown. You know what? I'm going to put this back in here. And as my friend says, I'm going to hot it up and I'm going to let it soak overnight and see what shades of beige I get in the morning. I will faint if this is pink. This is not pink, okay? I don't know what people are doing to get pink. This is not pink. So that was annoying, okay? So let's put that there. Now I have a better update on my attempt to make a cast-on bonnet for my bulky machine. Now, I gotta ask myself, why the bulky machine? It's the machine I use the least. Well, I guess since I was working on those flowers, I decided this, if I had a cast-on bonnet, it would have been helpful. Because remember, this is what the cast-on bonnets look like for the circular sock machine. They have the little loops up here and the thing at the bottom that you can hang a weight on. Well, here's my, it is so, for the bulky, it is so long. Before I even talk about this, I realized I can make a skirt for someone on this. I wouldn't necessarily make a skirt for me because I don't know that my hips need this bulky material. But a slimmer person, I could, because this is even too wide for me, okay? We can't even get it in the, if I fold it over, okay? It's still rolling because it hasn't been used. Once I, because my loops are up here, oops. See, here are my loops. And I made it in a circle so that I can use the bulky with it. I'll have to make one for the flatbed if this really works, okay? And I can just hang my loops on the machine and go all around and just start knitting without having to mess with the cast-on comb. This will allow me to knit maybe 100 rows, and then it will go down, down, down the machine until I am forced to use the cast-on comb. But as you can see, I made some nice big eyelets for the cast-on comb to fit in. Oh, what's the nice, there's this pretty yarn at the bottom. I use it as waist yarn, but there's a story with this. We'll get to that later. My only challenge right now, I use my weaving cast-on so I can pull the stitches together the way you see how they're pulled at the bottom here. But I don't think, because it's so wide, I don't think I can do that with one weight. I think I may have to do 3 or 4 of these loops, you see when I pull the yarn, and reinforce them so I can hang a weight from them. But this, if it works, will make my life so much easier. And if it does work, I can make for the, this is for the, I can make for the 4.5 mm, because this is for the 9 mm, okay? Yeah, so this will be great. And after I finish testing it and I see if I need to make any changes, I can make one for a friend. She has a 965, a brother 965, and I can make a cast-on bonnet for her machine. Thinner thread, and she likes stripes, so I will make her striped one, but not in the wild stripy colors I like. I will be a little more conservative, okay? So that's that. I'm still annoyed over that avocado, because that was a lot of avocado, and it didn't help that the first thing I got in working on it is a cut, okay? I put the knife through the avocado seed, and I felt and just saw my blood gushing. Okay, what else did I do? Oh, I did this. Now, this is funny. A couple of years ago, I took a class in upstate New York. It was a machine knitting class. The Silver Lakes Knitting Machine Club. They're in Cortland, and they used to have this seminar over 2 days, Friday and Saturday, in upstate New York. And I used to go. Oh my God, 5 hours on the bus. By the time I got off, I was like, oh my God, has the world come to an end? But the bus ride I didn't like, but the classes were neat. And one of the classes had this, okay? And I always promised myself I would make it. I never did. And then I took a Vogue online class, and the same person was teaching a class, and she included this. So I went to my brother KH864. Yeah, that list. Oh my God, we gotta fix this. And I tried out the punch card. Well, being me, I chose as many colors, a yarn with so many colors you can barely see the flower. This yarn is so busy I was like, no, 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 no. Oh my God. I was like, no one will ever see this pattern. Well, maybe they would if they're a mile from me. So I went back to the machine. Oops, that. And I decided to try it with just one color. So this is wool and acrylic. And as you can see, you can better see the outline of the flower. But I'm still not happy. You see how this one, it looks like a hammer in the middle of a petal? There are too many stitches. It looks as though part of the flower is filled in, and I don't want that. I want one stitch, no more than two around, so I can get an outline because I have plans for the flower. So it's back to the drawing board, but at least I could see, okay, as opposed to this. This was just a, I mean, can you even see that? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can, but I couldn't. And so to adjust the outline, you probably can't see it because I used clear tape. This is the back. Ah, there's a piece of tape stuck here. No, that's a piece of fluff. You probably can't see it. But what I did was tape over some of the holes where the flower is more filled in, and I'm trying to have just one hole outline, each row in the shape of the flower. So then I will have petal shapes that I can do something else to. But this took hours. Actually, it took a whole Saturday. So it's still a work in progress. I still have more holes to fill in because I just want the outline. Okay? I should have probably just started with another punch card, put it over this one, and just do the outline. But I'm stubborn, so, or maybe I was just being foolish. Okay? Which reminds me, I need to get some more punch cards. But this is plastic. I prefer the older ones that were kind of paper. But you have to work with what you get, because as we know, Brothers ceased manufacturing knitting machines after that earthquake in 2012. Okay? So that took care of that. And then I got a request from someone to make something that was so plain and so ordinary. I was like, but I know this princess loves this color. What did she ask for? A plain beige head wrap. Okay? All you're doing is making a scarf. So you put the ribbon and the main bed together and you just knit. And I took it off the machine because I was so frustrated with the machine, and I'll just cast off by hand. It will go faster and my life will be simpler. Why do I say that? Oh my goodness. I know I haven't used these flatbed machines in years. I'm good. I cover them up. I oil them. I dust. I clean out. What happened? They were like, oh, you are always on your CSMs. You finally remembered us? Well, let us show you how we can misbehave when you don't give us some attention. I went to this I did on an 864, Brother 864 flatbed. As you can see, it went fine. It was me using the wrong colors and me wanting to adjust the shapes. I decided to put the ribber, hang the ribber and its attacher with the 864. Let me tell you, they behaved like two people whose relationship had gone sour and they were firmly divorced. No matter what I did, the ribber would not fit on the 864. It was an 850 ribber. I took a hammer. I know that's sacrilege. Wouldn't fit. It would not couple. I took elastic to try and hold it together. The elastic would work for a bit, then it would break. I took the elastic that you use in a waistband and I cut it down the middle and put it. That didn't work. I was even so desperate. I took the elastic that's around the Costco chicken legs and tried to use it. That didn't work. So I said, you know what? My first brother machine was a KH 890, and I bought the ribber with it, and they worked well together. But that machine gave me so much hell, I threw it out, but I kept the ribber. So I said, I know I have another 890 here. I bought it. There was a year when they were selling knitting machines for $89 and $99. I think I bought 5 different machines. So I put the 890 there. I hung the ribber on it. I put the 2 carriages. I coupled it. And they were like, oh, you figured it out? We belong together. I then went and said, this is boring knitting. I'm not going to spend all day hand going back and forth. Let me turn on the motor. I have barely used it. So I put it on. I put in the 700 and something rows. I cast on the 119 stitches. So this will be 8.5 inches wide and 68 inches long. And the machine, the motor starts working. Chum, chum, clickety click click click, clickety click click. Then I was like, what the? The ribber slid down. And so it jammed the carriages. So the motor was grinding. I was like, thank God I was here. I had to turn it off. I had to go, pull out a rope, uncouple the things, go and push that was the left side of the ribber, back up. Okay, then it started working again. It's knitting rows. I'm like, yes. Then I realized it's dropping a stitch. Stitch number 117 keeps falling off the machine. I'm like, you know what? Let it finish. When I'm done, I will hand knit 700 and something rows of this. Well, it wasn't 700, it was like at 300, so 400 and something rows of this. So it's going back and forth. Stitch number 115 and number 117 start dropping. I'm like, oh. So I stop the machines, I latch the stitches up, I put it back on. It goes for 10 rows now. Stitch number 113, 115, and 117 are dropping. I became frustrated. I turned the whole thing off. I took the scarf off. I looked, and I thought I just had 3 stitches to repair. It turns out it was dropping the end stitches. I had to take the whole thing out and start again. I did that 2 times. It still kept dropping stitches. I changed needles. It kept dropping stitches. I changed the sponge bar. It still kept dropping stitches. So what happened to my nice machine that was on the motor stand with all these rows to do? I sat there and by hand, left, right, left. I could have done that in the first place. I realized I wasted 2 days, and this was over 2 days. It's only on the 3rd day that I said, you know what, let me just hand do this. And so now I have the scarf that she's planning to use as a head wrap. And this child loves beige. I don't know what this child loves beige. She loves beige as much as I dislike it, okay? And so now I'm ready to cast off after all this frustrating work. And what happens? I'm cleaning up the knitting area today. What do I find? An unfinished beige scarf. I could have just finished this and given it to her. So now I'm going to cast off and finish that one. And this one has some blue stripes in it. And I'm going to give her that too. And hopefully I'm done with beige. I don't like beige. don't like working. Beige is there is nothing vaguely interesting about this, but she loves it. I don't know how many years ago I made this, because I know I haven't been working. 2020, I know since then I have not worked on this. So at least this one has a little personality. It has some navy blue in 3 spots. And so I will finish these 2 and give them to the princess. And next week I will spend some time troubleshooting this motor to find out, well, it's not the motor's fault. The 2 machines, to find out why the ribber is falling down on the left side and why the yarn sometimes does not feed well through the sensor in the motor. Apparently the motor is very particular, but I understand. And let me apologize for going over the 15 minutes. I will try to do better next time, okay? But I'm glad you were able to spend some time with me. And as I said, please remember, the world is a better place with you in it. I'll catch you next time. Take care. And happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy embroidering, and whatever else you're doing. I'll catch you next time. Bye.